Thanks for tuning into our YouTube channel. I'm John Tillotson, the coordinator for the Sheet Metal Institute. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a pencil holder out of paper. Square rounds like this are very common in our industry. You'll need to download the patterns on this page and print them off before you begin. I suggest using paper that's a little heavier than you use for everyday printing. Try something in the 30-pound range. When you're done with the project, head over to our website at www.sheetmetalinstitute.org/apprenticeship. If you like geometry and working with your hands, this career is for you. We take flat material and make it 3D every day. Enjoy the project. We hope to see you soon. Hello. Today we're going to make a pencil holder made out of paper. It's going to look just like this metal one right here. I'm going to start with the pattern for the bottom, end cap pattern, then have a pattern for the body of the fitting. I print mine out on paper that's 120 grams per square meter, Hewlett-Packard Premium 32. You're going to need instructions. You don't need to print that out on as heavy a paper. In fact, this project right here will work on anything from the 20-pound paper that you probably have sitting in your printer all the way up through construction paper that you have lying around. You're going to need a pair of scissors, Scotch tape, and let's get started. I usually print these off together. Staple them, they're easier to pass around that way. So first thing I tell everybody is cut the staple off. And the first instruction says we're supposed to accurately cut out and notch the pattern. Well, this is the pattern right here, end cap pattern. Okay, we've cut out the patterns. We notched them. These are notches, these little pieces. They're missing now. For the rest of this, we're going to treat these as separate instructions. This is what I call the fitting. This is the end cap. So, starting with the fitting instructions, step number 2 is to fold the 3/16 hem down 180 degrees to the outside of the fitting. This is a hem right here. We're going to, so made up this part right here, we're going to take that amount, and it says to fold it down to the outside of the fitting. But when we end up rolling this all the way up, we want all those instructions on the inside because they're not pretty. So to fold something to the outside of the fitting is going to be to take it out here. This will be the outside. Take this guy right here. Start on the notch side, it's a little easier. You just need to fold it a little bit at a time. The instructions say you can use a ruler, a straight edge of your table if it's sharp. Try to make sharp bends, but I kind of like manipulating all this stuff by hand. Finish that crease with your fingernail if you like. Get kind of a sharp look. Okay, step 2. Just fold the 1/4-inch flange down 90 degrees. This is going to be the flange down here. It's going to tie into the rest of the end cap. This little mark right here, X, represents the side of the metal or paper that you can see, and you can see that they simply drew a 90-degree turn right here, and they want this bend right here to go away from X. So we want this 1/4 inch flange to go away from us, or to fold it down. a little easier because you have a notch every so often. That helps you start the bend. Okay, step number 4. It says crease up the lines that run from the notches. Can't see the notches anymore. These are the notches down here. We're going to crease these lines that go from the notches at the bottom of the fitting to the top. So we're going to crease these lines up. It says here break up 90. That means by the time I've creased all of these, I'm going to have it roll 90 degrees. If I do that 4 times, should be 360. Should have a square on this end and a circle on this end. This one's kind of tricky. I take my fingernail and I crease that line. Now every one of these doesn't have to be very many degrees to equal 90. And you just give it something to get started with. The fitting will take shape for you in the next step. Just get a little bit of a crease there on each one of those lines. Now you can make it look cooler if you go really sharp with these things. Use a straight edge. Have real sharp lines on the outside when you're done, but it's not necessary. That should come up 1/4 of the circle.
Now there comes a time in every man's life where decisions have to be made. Whether to toil, to labor, or just plain piss your days away, away, away. Got a funny feeling that my times are caught in the jar. Madness and insanity have arrived.
Okay, next step. So to manipulate the pattern into a square round shape. Well, it kind of does it itself. And we're going to lap the body 5/16 with Scotch tape. See, there was an allowance on this pattern, 5/16 lap allowance. So when we get all the way done, the triangles will meet, and that lap will get taken out of the fitting. This way to tackle that. The knot shows you where that's going to lap. Comes up here. I like to lap mine to the inside, but if you do lap it to the outside, it can help hold on to it for you. Just like that. I'll go ahead and do this one to the outside. For demonstration purposes. Okay, the fitting right there. Now we're going to go to the instructions for the end cap. These technically are all going to be flat for the next step. So that there. Second step, first step was to cut out the pattern again accurately. Second step for the end cap is fold all 8 lines up 180 degrees, then unfold them. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's what they mean by the 8 lines. Start by let's fold them all 180 degrees. That's 180. See, this would be 90. So folding all the way flat is 180.
Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say. Mother, mother.
Okay. Now the third step is place the flanged end of the fitting. This is the fitting centered on the end cap. This is the flanged end. Put that on the end cap. 4 steps is working on one side at a time. Fold the end cap hem over the flange. This is the end cap hem. Fold it over the flange, and then fold the double seam up against the side of the fitting. So it folds once and then twice. Pretty tricky. Probably best to get a couple of pieces of tape ready for this bad boy. Edge of the tape. Just a couple. Let me get that centered. Folding that flange over, and the second fold is up against the side. Now I like to work opposite sides. So there, 180 degrees, go to the other side. Side. Hey, now I got my hands free here. The opposite sides, I'll do the 2 more sides. Is a pencil holder. Better test it out. It works. Yep. I hope you enjoyed this project. Now you're ready to make one out of metal. Just follow the downloadable instructions on this page. Don't forget your safety glasses, gloves, and earplugs. God bless. Thanks for watching.